Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a police department is honoring a fallen officer in a way the whole community can appreciate. And the sun was shining bright yesterday as the summer solstice came a day early this year.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 6 a.m. on Friday, June 21st. Now let's go on ahead and send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
And a good TGIF to you, Olivia. A little haze, a little fog continues to develop very slowly. Not in comparison to what we had the last couple of mornings. 64 outside our door here at WYMT. Some visibility issues up toward Ashland again this morning, and the visibility has dropped back toward Williamsburg, but at least reporting station wise, no problems. As you can see, the visibility is 8 to 10 miles across the rest of eastern and southern Kentucky with pleasant temperatures as well. 60s, lower 70s, cooler but very pleasant into the western portion of Virginia this morning in the high terrain. Nothing to speak of cloud cover wise. It's mostly clear across the region. As we check out the emoji cast for today, we'll get a few areas of fog. Nonetheless, we get up to 92. We will take a run at the record of 95 in Jackson, which was previously set in 1988. Pop-up shower and thunder shower not only today, but also into tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on the radar as we head through the second half of Sunday. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. A well-known Kentucky girls basketball coach is on the mend after a serious incident while he was on vacation. Mercer County coach Chris Souter, who had been the girls' high school basketball coach at South Laurel the past several years, was at the Lake of the Ozarks when he and his wife were on an inner tube being pulled by a pontoon. The tube hit a section of a dock. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton explained, Souter's injuries could have been a lot worse.
Mercer County's girls basketball team has had a lot of success in recent years, winning state titles when Chris Souter was their coach in 2017 and 2018.
And we were lucky to be able to bring him home, come back and put him on our sidelines this upcoming upcoming basketball season.
Souter was renamed the Mercer County coach, then he and his family took off for vacation at the Lake of the Ozarks, where he was seriously hurt in a boating accident.
But he texted back and said that we are lucky to be alive, and the good Lord just wasn't ready to bring us home.
Missouri State Highway Patrol is investigating the accident. They say that a pontoon was pulling a tube with 2 people on it. I've since learned that the second person was Souter's wife. We are told that the pontoon got too close to the dock, and then the tube hit a section of the dock, causing Souter to be injured. Souter suffered a broken hip, pelvis, and a knee injury.
It just shows you that every day, you never take that each day for granted.
He was scheduled to have surgery. Their vacation was to end this weekend, but now it's not known how his recovery will impact their trip home.
Anything that we can do to help and support them, even if I need to drive out there and bring them home, because you can't, drive in the shape that he's in.
Souter's wife was with him on the tube but was not hurt in the accident. In Mercer County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Mercer County school leaders say despite just being named the coach, Souter had already led the girls team in some summer league games. Souter won 4 district championships and 2 region titles in his 6 seasons with the South Laurel Lady Cardinals. Pikeville police officer Scotty Hamilton died protecting his community, and now his memory is fueling a new outreach to keep them safe and cool. WYMT's Buddy Forbes shares why Hamilton's cruiser is coming out of retirement.
After his death on March 13, 2018, Scotty Hamilton's police car was parked and retired.
After his passing, the stripes were taken off of it, and it was just kind of sat over here, and it wasn't forgotten about in the eyes of us, but in the eyes of the community, they hadn't seen it since then.
Until this week, when officers decided a new outreach program could benefit from their coolest cruiser.
To be able to get it striped up the way it was, when he was in it and the way he was driving it, and to get it out in the community and to let them see it and let them see the 111 on the side, it just means a lot to us.
Hamilton's cruiser hit the streets, allowing officers a chance to check on area kids with the summer heat in full swing, playing music and meeting with families while sharing the story of the officer whose former patrol car is now full of popsicles.
Just engaging with the kids and seeing the smiles on their faces and letting them see the car, and then just kind of educating them, you know, with his story as well, the way what he gave to this community.
Officers say the community response has been heartwarming, and they are happy to keep Hamilton's story alive in a way the proud father would have loved.
Because he did love kids so much.
Saying it not only serves as a way to entertain and educate kids, but to explain that the officers are always on their side.
And we don't want them to look at us as the bad guy. We want them to know that we're there for them and that we're the good guy and we're there to help.
Taking on the summer heat for Scotty Hamilton in Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The department is planning to continue the outreach through the summer and is accepting donations to keep the summer treats stocked. There's no better time than now to get a good hamburger in one town. This week is Burger Week in Corbin, and more than 13 restaurants in and around downtown Corbin are using the week to make special burgers. Every restaurant that is participating has created their special hamburger that best represents the individuality of Corbin. Yesterday, we talked with officials at Corbin Tourism about what makes the city's food scene so special.
Yeah, so this is our 9th annual Burger Week in Corbin, Kentucky. It actually started on Monday the 17th and runs through 11:59 on the 22nd. So we're excited about that. There are a lot of different restaurants here in Corbin, and so we kind of fame as being a foodie community with all of our locally independently owned restaurants. And with that said, there's 13 restaurants participating in Burger Week this year.
All 13 restaurants are competing against each other, and at the end of the week, the restaurant with the best burger will be crowned the winner. And speaking of food, today is Food Truck Friday at the London Farmers Market. More than 12 food vendors from London and surrounding areas are giving the community and tourists a taste of what London has to offer. But officials with London Tourism and Parks say there is much more than food at Food Truck Friday.
So we're very excited to have the first Food Truck Friday event of the summer, and it will be hosted at the Farmers Market tomorrow evening starting at 5 p.m. and that is located right off of Main Street here in London, across from the London Community Center. And we're super excited. We have over a dozen food truck vendors registered and will be in attendance tomorrow, offering a variety of food, drinks, and sweets for everybody to enjoy.
Officials with London Tourism and Parks say the event is a great opportunity for people in the community to get out and enjoy good food and good company. Summer usually arrives today on the 21st of June each year, but the summer solstice arrived a day early this year, making it the earliest arrival of the season in 228 years. The northern hemisphere will reach its maximum tilt towards the sun, meaning yesterday the sun reached its highest point in the sky all year. The summer season arrived earlier than usual this time around, but why is that the case? Well, it has something to do with calendar adjustments.
If we had not counted this as a leap year, then the solstice would have occurred on June 21st in the afternoon. But because of that extra day was added earlier in the calendar, it pushes it back to June 20th.
And there are other rules in place for what is known as our Gregorian calendar system. Only the centuries that are a multiple of 400 have a leap year in the last year of the century. This means the year 2000 was a leap year, but the year 1700, 1800, and 1900, the leap year was skipped.
And a good Friday to you. Just got a flashback to the hamburger story from Corbin. Rory, our producer, and I, we are huge burger fans. Got to circle it on the calendar for next year, the road trip over to Corbin, where London right now has a visibility of 7 miles, a mile visibility in Williamsburg, and the other area that we're continuing to keep an eye on is those of you up in Ashland, where the visibility is 1.25 miles. Temperature-wise, 60s for a lot of us, minus Jackson, Moorhead, Monticello, and Pikeville. in the lower 70s, Lexington 2, and cooler, more comfortable as you make your way into the high terrain of western portions of Virginia. Nothing to show you here on the satellite weather composite. And as we check out the travel weather forecasts, again, the areas of fog will burn off by 8, 9 o'clock, and then it's the risk of a pop-up shower or thunder shower. And only a couple of us saw that yesterday afternoon, so the same deal today and again tomorrow. We're forecasting a high in Hazard up to 92. More about possibly tying the record high in Jackson today with your First Alert 7-day forecast as your WYMT Mountain Morning News continues after the break.